I like that Bryon doesn't take himself too seriously very often. He's very good-natured, easy to get along with, which comes in handy because he tends to be the butt of a lot of jokes during board meetings. So I appreciate that he can be a good punching bag a lot of the time.
I think it's funny that Bryon gets professional haircuts at home. Why?
Bryon's a fantastic shuffleboard player. We'll often team up with each other, and people tend to underestimate seeing Bryon in a wheelchair, and I can tell you we've won our fair amount of money.
I think that it is funny that Bryon invites me over to watch a movie or TV and then plays Candy Crush throughout it and asks me what just happened.
Bryon vacillates all the time on making decisions. And I guess the only reason why he does that is because he is that endearing and he's always trying to think of everybody around him.
You always make people feel welcome, and you really always live up to your mentality of dreaming big.
Well, everybody thinks he's sweet, and nice, and responsible. But after taking care of him for about a year now, I find that he can be very needy at times.
Bryon actually, while he is a quadriplegic and pretty much paralyzed from his neck down, he's one heck of a dancer. If he goes to a wedding and he's out on a dance floor, literally he will have 10 to 15 girls either dancing like crazy around him, or on his lap, or on the back of his wheelchair. But he definitely knows how to treat the ladies right.
Bryon is very good looking, great sense of humor. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's always positive, and he's still single.
Bryon is one of the most unique people that you'll ever get the opportunity to meet if you're lucky enough to meet him. He'll greet you with a smile, probably a wry little joke, and make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. And he makes everybody feel that way. He's just a wonderful, wonderful, big-hearted person.
To have experienced what he went through 20 plus years ago, and to not have given up, to help start a foundation that raises money to help people with spinal cord injuries, is, again, to me, the true definition of courage.
He has a just fabulous attitude and a positive personality, and there's hardly ever a day where he will not go out and just smile and put forth that positive attitude towards life.
Bryon has made his life matter in so many important ways after his injury, and that the lives of others who suffer from paralysis are impacted positively.
We all know that 1998 was a rough year for Bryon, but it's really incredible to see what this foundation has done and the community that Bryon has built since that year. I know Bryon and the BRPF will continue to build great things in the future, despite the challenges presented by 2020.
The Bryon Riesch Paralysis Foundation is extremely important to me and so many other people, just because of the good that it brings, not only in search for a cure someday, but also for the individuals that they give grants to on an annual basis.
And what's probably more important is sometimes people that aren't afraid to dream don't necessarily put actions to their dreams. And in Bryon's case, he is motivated. And that is most important, that there's an anchor tenant, if you will, that's out there that's going to work until he is breathless to make sure that there's an opportunity for people to walk again. That's Bryon, and that's the Bryon Riesch Paralysis Foundation.